Hello guys, how's it going? Uftal here, POUND-GBP. I was a week before. If you followed some of our trades last week, some of the outlooks we give, you will see that most of the pairs did well. So we had a very good week last week. I hope your week was good too. So the pound was the best performer from the last week. We'll be calling these trades from right from the weekly highs here. Actually, it's a yearly high, actually. So from around here, we've been calling these trades till like 234 pips, 260 pips. That's pretty awesome for holding a trade for two weeks. And actually, we are swing traders here, so basically we are supposed to hold this trade till like this level. So this was the best performer from our previous analysis. So just make sure you check the previous videos to be sure of some of the the pairs that are yet to play out. Yes. So straight to this week's analysis. The pound has been on our radar for like throughout this week. So we'll be showing you a lot of pound trades, a lot of pound ideas. So based on what happened last week when the German chancellor she made a very positive comment about Brexit going on, about the Irish backstop. Uh, that comment was perceived very good by the market. So you could see all around there are spikes in the pound, all around. This is the pound AUD, pound USD. Euro pound fell sharply after that comment. It was consolidating around this level. So it fell very sharply after this comment. A lot of pound spikes. You could see the weekly candles are doing very well after that comment from the German chancellor. Yes. So today, just let's start from the euro, then we go to the pound. So basically, the euro has been down for like, it's been in a downtrend for like as long as I was born. You know what I mean? So, but this level, the 1.1115 level has been defended very well over the past weeks. So I think traders are watching this level closely because the euro has been defending this level. You could see that price dropped below this level, went back up, came back down to retest. And there was a very sharp spike getting to the close of the market last week on Friday. So bringing back price to this level over here. They show you there's something really going on in the euro. So for that reason, we'll be looking. Actually, I drew this. I think Elliott waves. They call it expanding flat, right? So an expanding flat is a correctional pattern. So over here, you could see that there was a sharp spike out of the consolidative pattern to the upside. This is very positive for the euro and for the buyers of the euro. So basically, what we want to do is we want to wait for a good price to join in any buys, right? So we should be looking at maybe price coming down to this level for us to be able to trigger to the first level here. So this will give us a good risk to reward ratio, because that's all you need to trade, a good risk to reward ratio over here on the euro. So it's bullish. All of that things being equal, you wait for a retracement, and if you want to join, you wait for a retracement to go in with the trades. However, if this level failed to hold and the euro slides below this level here, if it slides below this level, we should be seeing further downside on the euro. and that has been looming for a while. It will tell you that level, this level right here, tell you that this level right here has not been successfully defended. We could see further downside on the row if that level right there breaks. Let me just take out this. So for the euro pound, quite bullish on the euro USD, exactly, euro USD. So our first profit target should be around here, basically when we enter here. So this should give us at least 1:2 risk to reward ratio. 1:2. I think that's great. So that's all for the euro. Very very simple entry. If you just need to wait for your signals and go in. For a swing trader like me, I would like to wait for a good price to place my stop loss below my Y. I always emphasize that you need to place your stop loss below your Y. So this is the pound AUD. The pound AUD, last week, if you check our analysis, we called it last 2 weeks. We kept on calling it, and I even posted a sharp image on my profiles, of the breakout, and it's worked out perfectly. So when you see there's a breakout now, this everybody knows this pair is very bullish. So when do you get in on this pair? When do you want to get in? You just don't want to buy at this high because perhaps you don't have enough money to do that, or perhaps you want a better price. And it's always good to want a cheap price to buy something, right? So you want to wait for retracement, and that's what I will be doing if I hadn't gotten in on this trade earlier on. So what I will be doing is I would wait patiently to see if this pound trade is going to retrace to any of these levels. If there's going to be a correction of this breakout, because after a breakout, there's usually a retest of the level. So when that happens, I'll be waiting for a retest of this level to buy to one of the biggest horizontal levels that we'll be seeing over the time. That we'll see over the time. This should be the first profit level for this trade right here. This should be first profit level. However, if it continues to the upside, just let it go. But if it comes back, it should be a very, very good opportunity for traders to get in on. So that's around, let's say we get in from here, that's around 600 pips. That's a lot of pips. The stop loss, 200 pips, 300 pips. That's a 1:2 risk to reward ratio trades. That's a very, very good deal for the pound. Yeah, so a lot of pound hopefully will pan out very well this week. That's okay. The pound USD. The pound USD is the same thing all over the pound, really. So if you are able to get your entries right, you be getting you might get enough money next week. So the pound, there's something like inverted heads and shoulders over here that are formed. So it kind of broke to the upside, and momentum has kind of slowed down. So basically, we should wait for perhaps a retracement to the downside. Guys, mind the noise though. It's neighbors really. So most of the people in Ghana will know what I'm talking about. So so the pound is up. The pound US is up, very very up. So basically, what I'll try to wait for is a retracement to the downside, this level preferably. This level preferable. I would prefer to enter on this level before, because it gives me a good risk to reward ratio, a good risk, very very good one to the top side. Very good, because when we look at the weekly outlook on the pound, you will see that it's basically on this on a very strong retracement, on a very strong support supply. Sorry, on a very strong support and demand level. So a lot of buyers will be coming in from the 1,000, 1,200 level over here. So we should be waiting. Usually, you don't want to follow price, so there might be a retracement to this level before the upside. So guys, kindly watch out. You don't want to keep buying at this level because momentum is quite slowed down. So the pound USD bullish all around. The euro USD, the pound AUD, we talked about that. The USD card too. USD card is doing very well. You should check our analysis from last week. The Aussie dollar, I tried to get something out of the Aussie dollar, but the Aussie dollar is still down. I don't think there's a sign of recovery for the Aussie. Sorry, I don't think there's a sign of recovery for the Aussie dollar in the few weeks to come. I think the trajectory is still down, and there was a break of this wedge over here. So even if we look for the Fibonacci expansion of this trade right here, we should be seeing further downside on this trade. So hopefully, if it doesn't break out of if it doesn't break to the upside of this consolidative pattern, if this doesn't break to the upside to get to this level, which would tell us there's a sign of recovery on the Aussies part. But I think the US is very strong, and this pair will continue its movement to the downside. I think the pair will continue movement to the downside if that doesn't happen. But if it breaks to the downside, even over here, you can see that there's a descending triangle at the bottom of this trend, right? There's a good descending triangle. So sellers will be looking to come in at this level when it breaks to the downside. So you should be very careful, guys. The upside too is good. If it breaks to the upside, breakout traders who want to enter on the break. But I'm not a breakout trader. If you're a breakout trader, you know what to do at these levels. Yeah. So as the Aussie dollar, my outlook is bearish though. Personally, my outlook is bearish. I don't see any sign of recovery for the Aussie dollar at the moment. The pound NZD, I think we looked at it. No, we haven't. So the pound NZD is it's very bullish, very bullish because it just bounced off this level, this retracement level, came back, formed a double bottom. After this double bottom, if it breaks to the upside of this, we should be seeing a good move like this to the top side when it breaks out of this level. So what traders will be looking at is very bullish on the monthly, on the weekly time frames. Is very bullish. So we want to wait for a retracement. Preferably, I marked a little spot here where you might wait for a retracement because there will be a lot of sellers coming in at this side. So when this pair retraces to this downside, when it retraces to the downside, you might want to consider joining on the uptrend because this pair is still very bullish. However, all other things being equal, you need to manage risk. You need to manage your expectations. So if you have been given signals, if you are being given analysis, you need to also manage your risk, manage your expectations. It's not going to work out 100%, but you need to manage your expectation. How do you manage your expectation? By reducing risk, calculating how much you are willing to lose on a particular trade. Don't get too cocky and too confident, and ignore. Don't be ignorant about about trading. It's not a game. It's a business, and a lot of people lose money. A lot of people win. So do you want to be on the winning side or the losing side, guys? So I think basically that's our trajectory for the week. I hope you guys will subscribe and like the videos that we post. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you find it helpful. I'll be open for any questions at any point in time, guys. So thank you for subscribing to this link. It really means a lot. Thank you, guys. So see you soon. And I bid everybody a very peaceful week. Bye.